Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. I know I haven't done jack shit yet, but if you're a good person, you'd subscribe, and if you're even a better person, you'd hit the notification bell on top of that, because I do plan on uploading more videos. And I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but when I figure it out, you should be aware when it happens. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing a review of the Colourpop No Filter Foundation. I got the shade 175, which is actually my shade, and 185, which is slightly deeper because I've actually worn them. So Colourpop has about 40 shades of this foundation, or is it 30 shades? I don't know, it's somewhere around there. And you know, that's great, like, to have all of these shades. But one issue that I came across was that it was like super hard to find my match. Super incredibly hard, because that chart was just was not accurate at all. Like, they were telling you different things that just didn't seem to add up to me. So that's a swatch of 175. And then here's a swatch of 185, which is what I first bought for myself. This one seems pinkish in my opinion, and this one seems a little bit more yellow. This one's supposed to be a warm undertone foundation, but I saw it blended out on some other YouTubers and it looked too pink on them. But on me, it was actually a little bit just too deep. And I got it because the chart said, because the chart told me to get dark 180, but the thing is, it's listed as being a cool pinkish undertone, and I didn't want to get something that was a cool pinkish undertone, and I didn't want to get 175 either because it seems like it would be too light, despite the fact that it also listed Maybelline Fit Me 355, which is a shade that I also wear. So I went and got 185, despite it saying to get it if you're a Fenty 430. So yeah, I'm going with 175. I don't know if this is like a first, it's not really a first impressions at all, because I've put this on so many times, but I don't think I've really worn it out that much either. I'm already primed and ready, and I got one pump on. Yeah, I've seen YouTubers pick out like 3-4 shades, which, you know, that's fine and dandy if you're doing it just to show people swatches of different shades. But I think for everyday buyers, you need something. You can't just afford to pick out 3-4 shades of a $12 foundation. $12, yeah, that's cheap for one foundation. But if you end up having to buy like 10, not 10 obviously, I'm sorry, I'm not thinking straight, but if you end up having to buy like 4 or 5, 3 or 4, how much does that end up costing you in the end? That ends up costing you like a high-end foundation. And the thing is, Colourpop doesn't sell in stores, so you can't swatch it in stores. They don't have samples. They don't do returns either. Although I'm sure trying to return a $12 foundation is pointless if you pay for shipping, because I feel like you're not going to really get money back. But anyways, you don't get returns, so it's like you're really taking a risk, in my opinion. For people who can afford to just mess up, then it's no big deal, but there are a lot of people who are going to want to try this foundation who cannot afford to pick out 3 to 4, okay? So Colourpop really does need to fix up the way they explain their foundations, because it is definitely completely off, in my humble opinion. Okay, so this is it on my skin. My neck is darker than the rest of my body, so yeah, if you think it doesn't match, it's just because my neck's off, which is normal for everyone. And I don't know why I keep blending when I think it's pretty blended out by now. This is my face with one pump. I'm now gonna go ahead and conceal my face with the Colourpop No Filter Concealer in the shade Deep Golden. This is pretty much the shades that came out when they first launched with their first launch. As you all know now, they have another launch. They did a second launch because the first launch didn't quite have the range, if you know what I mean. At least not for darker skin. So yeah, I'm just gonna blend this out with my good old beauty blender. I forgot what I was talking about beforehand, but I think it was something to do with their color comparison chart being just not accurate as hell. Inaccurate as hell. Because it was just so hard to pick out your shade. Like at first I was like, maybe I knew for a fact I couldn't get dark 180 because it was saying warm undertone, which is crazy to me. I mean pink undertone. It was saying it was a pink undertone, cool undertone foundation, but Fenty 420 is not a cool undertone. Like, how can you say that, Colourpop? It just doesn't really make sense to me. Now I'm gonna get my CoverGirl Queen bronzer. I'm using this brush, but I noticed that this brush is very strong, or like it just gives you a very sharp, unblended look. In my opinion. Okay, now it seems like this one's much darker than this. But yeah, just in case, I'm gonna try to blend this out with the sponge. I also have the Colourpop No Filter powders. I got the banana powder and I got the medium deep powder. Now, one thing I noticed on women darker than me was that these powders, if you tried to bake with them or put just a lot of powder in your T-zone area, it ends up looking just ashiness all around. It just sucks up all the color from your face. And that's what I hate about a lot of powders, is that they have a tendency, or just what I hate about baking in general, is that it just sucks the life out of your skin. But I am an oily, shiny faced person, so it's like when I do very light amount of powder, it's, you know, I'm gonna be shiny all over again, which also sucks. So now I'm taking the medium deep powder and just putting that all over my face with an e.l.f. powder brush. I do need to clean my brushes, I know, please calm down. And just that settled in. The powder didn't really suck up my face that much, so I guess that's good. But I do believe if I were to have like put a lot on, it would have like, I would have looked like a ghost, because I've seen it happen multiple times. I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows and mascara, lips, all of that off camera, so you guys can see what the actual completed finished look is. This is my face fully done. I really like the finish. I put on my brows. I used the Colourpop brow pencil in the shade Black Brown, or Brown and Black, I don't really remember. I did my lashes. I did just a little bit of liner, a really thin liner. I'm not really good at it, to be honest. I then went ahead and put on some lipstick. I am kind of dewy everywhere. I don't think that's really the foundation's doing. I am just a dewy person. There's not really a lot of foundation that can like suck that up for me, unless it's like winter time, or you know, if I just bake, or I use like a really super matte foundation. I don't really remember what finish, what kind of, if it's supposed to be matte, super matte, or what, but I'm sure it's like a normal soft matte foundation. But yeah, this is it. If you like this, please subscribe, support your girl, you know, and maybe hit the notification bell as well, so you can know exactly when I post a video. So thank you guys.